Guys, my name is Emilian Tanev, Principal Consultant at Decisioning UK, and today I'm going to show you a custom widget, Autocomplete widget, which you can use for free and you'll find in the links below. I will show you how to install it and so forth and how to work with it in a few minutes. But let me first start with this demo. So what we have here is a standard SAP input form. The autocomplete input field, sorry, that's not form but field, which has exactly the same styling. I spent a lot of time trying to do that. And then we have drop down where you can scroll through our artificial project hierarchy of our company, just created for the demo. Okay, so the problem we had with Analyticals Designer so far is that drop-down is not really suitable for big dimensions, and it is a flat list, so there is no hierarchy view yet, and I'm looking forward creating that when there is a good API provided by SAP for pulling hierarchy data. In the meantime, I think this can be a very good way to filter your data. So how it works? So the default one, we have drop down, we select something, then we can pull the text and populate it here. So that's our text, and then this is our key pair essentially behind this. And you can have different key like 1, 2, 3 or something. Here I have just the member ID of that dimension member. How the autocomplete works? So there is one way is we just type something. It can be like support, Australia. I see some different sub members that match this criteria. Then the way I can select it, I can just select with the mouse. As we can see right now, if I leave it like that, it displays red, so it just indicates that something is wrong. I can click, and then we update immediately. So we have event trigger, which I will give you some details in a few minutes. And what else we can do? We can, if we have a few matching, we can navigate using the arrow keys and click enter to select one. And the last way to essentially enter or select something is by either copy and paste exactly the matching. In this case, I'm just typing the text, the value, and then it triggers an event that I've actually selected it. And if I start typing something else, then we see immediately again it indicates to us that this is wrong and it's no longer bold. So if it's bold, then this means that's the selection, and it triggered an event that says this is real. You can update your table, chart, and whatsoever. Okay. So this is I think a neat widget that you can use the way you want it. And in the link in the description, you'll find how to get it. So this is my GitHub branch for this, and there is like DI autocomplete folder, and in order to install it on your SAC instance, you just need to pick up this file, DI autocomplete JSON, and then I will just exit that app, and when we go to custom widgets, we will be able to select our file, like upload a file, select it, and then as you'll look at something like that, just keep in mind that it's still in like, it will show you this sign that it's like in developer mode. So you can always take also the source file, which is the main logic, the business logic, and then create like integration to have integrity switched on, essentially, to remove that sign. Okay, but because I'm doing some minor tweaks here and there, I don't want to do that yet. And okay, and then as soon as you have it here, you open your custom widgets app, and on the insert menu you have a custom widgets place where you'll see this is DI autocomplete widget. Okay, keep in mind that when you insert a widget, you need to provide some space for it to expand the list that you see when you have matching entries. So just leave some space, otherwise the SAC framework essentially doesn't allow to expand or create entries outside of the boundaries of this widget. Okay, so leave some space, overlap something, don't worry, it will always collapse after that. So behind it, it will be like transparent. So yeah, at the current moment I keep it like at 200 pixels. I know that's not ideal for dynamic mobile apps, but you can make it work also with percentages. Okay, so how it works, I have in initialization, I'm pulling dimension members in a variable for our artificial project dimension in decisioning, and then I'm populating both the drop-down, the standard drop-down, and the autocomplete one. And if we see the methods of drop-down, the standard one, so we have add item, get selected key, get selected text, remove all items, remove item, set selected key. Okay, so these are part of the standard drop-down, and if we look at what I created, we still have the add item, works exactly the same way. Then we have items array, so essentially you can, rather than looping through your array here, you can directly pass two arrays, one with keys and one with texts, or the values that will be shown, and which will be also used for search. Okay, then you have also get selected key, get selected text, get value, which essentially is what you have currently on the input field, which may or may not match your get selected text, depending on whether it's like matching at the current state. And you have remove all items, remove item, and then there is a way to set input style. This is essentially the style attribute of every HTML element. So this is the input field where you type the data, and there is also the same one for the lists, for the list view, which you can set background colors, different fonts, and so on and so forth. You can also set the list limit of how long you want to be. The default one is 5 items. You can change the placeholder of the text. Currently it's something like enter text and then 3 full stops, which as I said, you'll probably change to match your like dimension name, or just completely remove it. And then you can set selected key, essentially populate the input field with something from the list. from the provided list and set it to visible, false, or true, which is just a standard method. Okay. And on the event side, it works exactly the same as a drop-down. So when we go to the standard drop-down, we have like on select event, where what I'm doing, I'm pulling the selected key and text, and then applying that text or populating these the fields which you were seeing on the demo. And exactly the same thing is happening with the autocomplete. And also I have console log just for debugging. So this is what I wanted to show you in this video. As I mentioned earlier, I'm looking forward creating a 3-view widget, which will help navigating through hierarchies much more easily. But that is kind of depending on SAP providing an API to extract hierarchy structures from the backend from the backend of SAC. Currently, you can create like a workaround for that using transactional data, but I don't believe it is ideal. So I will leave it for later, as I don't know yet how this will look like. I have an improvement request for extracting hierarchy structures. So if you need more assistance on SAP or SAP BPC or SAC, I'm working for a consultancy company called Decisioning, and we can help you with that. You'll find my contact LinkedIn profile in the description below, or you can contact directly some of my colleagues as well from the company. Thank you for watching and have a great day.